welcome to this tutorial on how to use Endnote to put references into a Word document. So I'm hoping to be able to do a follow along on my laptop at the same time. So first of all, you've got your Endnote here. Your library will look different because it's not got anything in at the moment. So in Endnote, they advise to have one library, but you can have multiple groups within that. So I'd advise for each essay to have a different group. So on Endnote, to make a new library, you go on File, New, and then it should come up with this page here, and this will be in your documents that's on your Mac. Don't save it to an iCloud or a Google Drive or something. Make sure it's on your Mac or whichever device you're going to be using regularly to write your essay. And just call it whatever you want. So mine's just called my Endnote library, and it's saved in my documents. So once you've made your Endnote library, you've got this bit on the left here that is My Groups. So if you right click or the 2-click on a Mac and go Create Group, so what, I can't remember the name of the topic now. Learning theory. We'll call it Learning Theories. So here I've now created a new group within my library in Endnote, so that each of the references that we make will go to this. We can put it into a group to make a bit more sense. So here in my Endnote library is listed all of my references that I currently have, but I have them saved into, one's a poster presentation where we're doing the open induction study, and then the next one's for my rugby case study. I don't have any of my references from my PG cert in here because I used a different version of Endnote, so this is the newer version of Endnote. So we've created a library in Endnote, and as you can see here, it's just called my Endnote library, and we've got My Groups, so I've just got one called Learning Theories. You can change the referencing style on Endnote, so whatever you want your referencing style to be. I personally used Vancouver when I was doing my essay, but whatever you're happy with. So to change the referencing style, you just click on Tools, go on Output Styles, and then go down to whichever one you want. If the style isn't here that you want, you just go on Open Style Manager, and it'll come up with loads of different ones. So we've created a library, made a group, and got the referencing style. So now you can add things to your Endnote library, and I personally do this through Google Scholar. So Google Scholar is a really good website that I have open here, that you can use just to type in whatever you're looking for, and it comes up with loads of papers. So before you can put your findings from Google Scholar into Endnote, you just have to click on these 3 lines here, go down to Settings, and then on the search results, just make sure this one, this circle is filled in for showing links to import citations into Endnote. That's really important because you need to do it so that the link is there for you to import it into Endnote. So go back to Google Scholar. So I'm going to look into PBL and constructivism. So just typing into the search PBL constructivism, and you'll get a load of papers. You can just click on the links to have like a skim through the abstract to see if it's going to be a suitable paper for you to use. And then it should come up with this little link here that says import into Endnote. So if you want to import it, just click on it, and then it'll go into your downloads folder here, and you just need to simply click on it, and then it appears in your Endnote here. So after a while, you will see, as you saw at the beginning, I've got lots of different references, but at the moment it's just got one because it's just got my imported reference there. So to put it into the groups, you want to right click on it or do the double click on a Mac, add references to, it's not playing ball, add references to, and then click on Learning Theories. So now if I go into my groups at the side here, I have this reference is now in my Learning Theories folder and not in my poster presentation or rugby case study. That seems like an extra step to do, but it would be really helpful when you've, if you're wanting to try different ideas for essays, or for when you're doing your different essays, to have a different group for each. So that's how you get references from Google Scholar into Endnote. You can also do it through Pubmed as well. You just go onto Pubmed, search for the paper, and there's a link for importing to Endnote, and you don't have to do any fancy changing there. So now to get your references from Endnote into Word, open up your Word document here, and you need to go on Tools and just go down to the templates and add-ins here. And then here there should be an Endnote box because you've downloaded Endnote to your computer. You just need to make sure that's ticked, press OK. And now this guy's appeared up here, so you've got an Endnote tab. So when you click on the Endnote tab, lots of different options come up, and we've got the Vancouver style here. So I'll make the comment that PBL is based on constructivism. So there's two ways that you can import references into Word. So I'll show you, well, two ways that I know. I'll show you both of the ways, so you can just do whichever works better for you. So the first one is, so you've written your statement, then you click on Insert Citation, and then an empty box will come up. This one's just full of stuff because it's what I looked up before. So type in something that your paper is about, so constructivism, and then your paper will come up here. Click on it so it's highlighted, and then press Insert. And now, as you can see, you've got your statement here of the PBL is based on constructivism, and then you've got the reference here. And when you do different references, it'll do it in order, and if you delete any references, it'll redo the order of it as well, so you don't have to go through and renumber everything. So another way to do it, which is personally the way I do it because I find it easier to find references from Endnote and then put them into Word. So exactly the same here, you've just written your statement, and then you go into Endnote, so go to the Learning Theories, click on the reference that you want to import, so it's highlighted, and then click on these quotation marks here. That's Insert Citation, and again, it will appear. So that is our TED Talk for this evening. I hope it's helpful. I used Endnote for the first time when I was doing PG Cert, and it saved me so much time. I'd really advise spending like half an hour just getting to use Endnote because it will literally save you hours in the long run.